Okay, so today we have another antiderivative question, and this one says, given that the graph of f passes through the point 2 and 5, and that the slope of its tangent line at any point x and y is 3 minus 4x, find f of 1. How would I do that? Well, firstly, let's write down what's given. Okay, so it's given that this graph f passes through the point 2 and 5, and we know that this is going to be an x and y coordinate. Okay, so this means that, well, f of 2 is going to be 5. Okay, they also tell me that the slope of its tangent line at any point is 3 minus 4x. So I know that something is going to be 3 minus 4x. Now, how would I get the slope of a tangent line at any point? Well, I know that if I have f, and if I want to get the slope of the tangent line at any point, then I would turn that into f prime. So that means that this equation is going to be equal to f prime of x. Okay. Now they want me to find f of 1. So this is what we want. We want f of 1. Now how would I do that? Well, I have f prime, and I know that if I want f of x, and I already have the derivative of f of x, then taking the antiderivative of f prime is going to give me f of x. So once again, I want f of x, but I have f prime, which is the derivative of f of x. So if I take the antiderivative of f prime, it's going to go back to f, which is the original function. Okay? So this is also going to be equal to the antiderivative of, we know what f prime is, it's 3 minus 4x. So this is going to be 3 minus 4x with respect to x. Now let's get into the actual antiderivative part. What do I do to revert this function back into f? Let's look at 3. Now how can I rewrite this 3 to make it more, well, not really easy, but just make the antiderivative more clear? Well, I can say 3 is the same thing as 3 multiplied by x to the power of 0. Why? Because x to the power of 0 is just 1, so this is just going to be 3. Now why would I write it like this? Well, the rules of anti-differentiation says if I want to take the antiderivative of this, well, I'm going to add 1 to the exponent, and I'm going to divide by that same result. Okay? Once again, we rewrote the 3 with an x to the power of 0, which is the same thing as just 3, so that we can use the rules of anti-differentiation, which says add 1 to the exponent and then divide by the same result. So we know that this is going to be 3x minus, now let's look at 4x. We don't need to rewrite this because it has an x already. Now again, the rules of anti-differentiation says add 1 to the exponent, so this is going to be 1. Adding 1 is going to make that 2, and then I'm going to divide by that same result, so I'm going to divide by 2. Again, I'm dividing by the result. Okay, so after I add the 1 to the exponent, and this is going to simplify to 2x squared. And the final thing that I want to add is the constant of integration, which means that after I take the antiderivative, there is a possibility of there being a constant at the end, but we don't know what that constant is. Okay. So now we have f. Okay, remember this, what we were solving is f of x. But we don't know what the plus c is, what the constant is. But we do know that f of 2 is 5. So we can say, well, 5 is going to be equal to 3 into 2 minus 2 squared plus c. Now why did I do that? Well, f of 2 equals 5 means that if I substitute a 2 wherever I see an x, then I'm going to end up with a 5. That's what that means. So let's simplify this. 5 is going to be equal to, this is going to be 6. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is going to be 8, and plus c. So simplifying this, this is going to be minus 2 plus c, and taking that over, c is going to be equal to 7. Now why would we do that? Well, now we know the exact value of the constant, so we can rewrite f of x. I'm going to put the 2 squared in front, and it's going to be plus 3x plus 7. This is f of x. Okay? But again, that's not what we want still. We want f of 1. So let's substitute 1 in there. So f of 1 is going to be equal to minus 2 into 1 all squared plus 3 into 1 plus 7. And this is just going to be minus 2 plus 3 plus 7. The 3 plus 7 is going to be 10 minus 2, and that's going to give me 8. So what is the value of f of 1? Well, the value of f of 1 is just 8, and this is our final answer.